Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Locked and loaded. Thanks for joining us. Pauly and JJ, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Always follow the money, baby. And here we go with the Hall of Famer, the legend, Tony Rizzo, ESPN Cleveland, the real big show. Day 22 of indecision with LeBron. I thought it was going to happen tonight. I'm going down with the ship. It's going to be Cleveland. Maybe the announcement tomorrow. Let's break it all down with the legend, Tony Rizzo. He joins us on the Progressive guest line. How are you, my friend? What's going on? Why is it taking so long? Day 22, lay it out for me. Just go. You have the floor.
Pauly, yes, here's what I got. Okay. Guys, I've known LeBron James since he was 16 years old. Okay. I was the Fox 8 sports anchor in Cleveland when he was at St. Vincent St. Mary's. So there's three options right now. Why is it taking so long? Everybody wants to know. Number one, milking it. Milking it for podcasts. And by the way, I think we're approaching $200 million on Kelce.
Bingo.
On betting. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Number two, roster or other adjustments. So roster adjustments, LeBron's going to pick his roster no matter where he's going. Okay. So I don't know who that includes, excludes, but, and the people that, like, you don't think they play a part in all this? They do. Everybody has to be, it's got to be a roster that LeBron wants. And also I've heard this rumor, and I have to say it. I'm going to break news with you guys. I don't know anything. There was rumored to be ownership involvement in this decision.
Oh. As
to where he would go. LeBron might want to own a piece of an NBA team. So that's a whole nother thing, but decide what team that would be. And then still undecided. Guys, I had a guy call me from a bakery in Cleveland, literally in the middle of the season. He goes, LeBron's leaving the Lakers. He's going to come back to the Cavaliers. And this it's Corbo. Paulie, you know who Corbo is, right? Mm-hmm. Corbo has said LeBron is coming back 99.9%. I've heard so much Cleveland stuff from people in Cleveland. I'm here. People that run car services, golf courses. You know, everybody keeps saying he's coming back home. He's coming back home. No, as a native Clevelander, one title in 50 years of whatever I've done in this great. I'm worried about that because everybody thinks it's Cleveland. I'm nervous.
Yeah,
but that's what we're hearing.
Then why the Miami money on Saturday?
Paulie, it's a what did we talk about this week? There's no sports book. It's the stock market. Your betting is people hedging against whatever they hear. And I'm not getting into that. So on this morning's show,
yeah,
Miami was the favorite, 40-some%. By the end of my show today, the Cavs were back as the favorite.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that sounds about
everything's
right.
Moving
that sounds about right.
I get it. Everything's
Tony,
moving
I have a take on this.
I get it. Yeah.
I'm dying to get your take on this. He's obsessed with golf now. Takes one to know one. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Is the fact that Miami, a 12-month-a-year golf destination, does that change the calculus in any way? Because, listen, there are beautiful golf courses to play in Ohio. I'm not questioning that. But you know the deal. As someone that lives in New York, the weather from December until March is as bad as can be. You're going to be at home a ton throughout the winter. If you're in Florida, you could sneak out and play the morning round. Is that a part of the calculus here for LeBron? Am I crazy to bring that up or not at all?
Hold on. Good question, yes. Here's what you got to weigh. If it was me and you, I'm 65. I'm at this point in my life where I'm going to do this. Would you want to be somewhere you could play golf every day or be in your home, the best story, and you can play golf wherever you want? Like, during the season, you can't play golf anyway, does it? And off season, Cleveland's beautiful. I know people I don't know what you think about Cleveland, but in the summer, it's
no, I believe
one of
it,
the
and
best
I'm sure the
cities in
Corsairs
America.
are unbelievable too, Tony. I get it.
They're unbelievable.
I get it.
I belong to Canterbury. Look that up. Jack Nicklaus won a major there, and the trophy is in the middle of our dining room. But he could play golf anywhere. I don't think that's a factor. I really don't. I think LeBron wants to win. Who gives him the best chance to win, guys? That is, I would say, boy, Philly is very intriguing. I don't know about Miami. They have Giannis, and they have to put that all together. Minnesota's very interesting. But the Cavs, you have Donovan Mitchell, you have Evan Mobley. You know what Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, they need a little LeBron kick in the butt.
Yeah.
Well, LeBron is still a really good wing, guys, and the Cavs need a wing. So if we're going to put it all together, the story, okay, back to Cleveland thing, to win a championship. Who gives them the best chance to win a championship?
Well, but that's interesting you bring it up because there's two things here. And we just talked about, you said Kelce, and we're up to almost $200 million. Not only can you bet on where he's going to go, you can bet when the announcement is going to happen. So that's the other thing.
I would guess, guys. I would guess by tomorrow. We thought it was going to be today. I heard rumblings from people in certain places that was going to be today. Maybe tomorrow, but I doubt. Rich Paul has he's a good kid, by the way. Rich has a youth camp in Akron this weekend. I would guess it would be done before that. I don't think. I don't think. I think they would. Yeah, and I think LeBron realizes. The commissioner called him out.
No kidding.
Schedule.
Yeah.
But guys, how about this? There's a lot of good young players. I love Wemby. Love him to death. Jalen Brunson, the Knicks. What a story. Who's running the league right now? 41-year-old LeBron James. Unbelievable.
Yeah, 22 days of this. So the other part of this, though, too, is if you don't think there's a bet to be made with the Miami and Cleveland, although you're confident he's going to be a Cav, how many changes will occur to the roster if he goes to the Cavs? Some of the big moves.
The Cavs haven't done anything. Well, the Cavs haven't done anything. Even James hasn't signed his deal.
You're right.
So James would. God bless James Harden. I shouldn't say this. He's going to agree to a lesser contract to get the players that LeBron and the Cavs would want. Okay, and LeBron has no problem playing with James. I think he would really love it.
Yeah.
But these moves that are being made are going to affect the market. So if you think LeBron's coming to the Cavs, you bet the Cavs tonight to win the Eastern Conference Finals or the championship because the number is going to go down after LeBron makes his decision. And guys, if I'm wrong, fine. I'll live up to it all day. All my sources, all the people here in town say the Cavaliers.
Thank you.
Tony, are we at a point, though, if he does not go to Cleveland because of that storyline that you're alluding to, which is 1,000% spot on?
Stop.
Dude, the town is going to be devastated at this point, right?
Oh, yeah.
Devastated.
The organization has not made a move in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because everybody's waiting to see what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a plan B.
And Tony, that's why I think he's going there, because I don't think he dragged Cleveland into the mud for the last 3 weeks and say, screw you, I'm going to Miami.
What if he did, yes? What if he did? He can't do that. No. Come on.
I agree with you.
Come on.
You've been coming to Vegas since 1982. Why do you have a problem with a guy who wears a hat or a polo shirt to a nice restaurant? Tony Soprano.
I'm sorry. You can't wear a hat at dinner. At the table at dinner, Paulie, you can't wear a hat. You take your hat off.
Yes.
It's proper. I think, what was the other thing? Polo shirt?
Yeah.
No, collared shirt. Got to have a collared shirt. So Paulie and I went to dinner, and I said, how about these kids dressed like they're going to the pool? They're going to the pool.
Yeah.
You put it. Stop. God forbid you should wear a jacket. Oh, my God. To go to dinner.
I respect it.
Javier's at Carbone's. You know where we were, Paulie.
Yeah.
Stop.
I respect it. You went Tony Soprano. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, we had a ball. How about our straight flush? I only had a quarter up, but straight flush, 40-1.
Straight flush, three-card poker.
I love it.
Yep.
I made Paul Howard play three-card poker. I did.
Nice. That's
You
my
like
dad's
it?
game. I'm more of a craps guy myself, Tony, to be honest with you. When I go to Vegas, I got to roll the dice.
I'm your dad, bro. Yeah, yes, I'm your dad, bro. I'm okay with it.
I love it. Nothing wrong with that. You and my father, John Sr., you guys,
yeah.
I get him out to Vegas. You guys play the three-card,
Paul,
and you'll hear me for 10 craps tables over when the yo hits.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. Ask Paulie if he had phone with me in Vegas.
If I had what?
Get us a table. Yeah.
Oh, my, that was impressive.
Can we set up the golf round, Paulie? Can you make this happen with me and Tony next time he comes out?
Shadow
Can we get
Creek.
out and play?
Yes, Shadow Creek.
Come
Absolutely.
on, let's go.
No doubt.
Enough.
100%. Love you, Riz. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Currently shut down for reseeding.
Oh, no.
Because I was going to play.
Yeah?
Because I was going to play last weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a bad beat.
Me and Aaron Rodgers were going to play last weekend.
Okay.
So reseeding, shut down for reseeding. They'll be open. Yes, I'd love to play golf with you. We'll have fun.
Good job.
Tony, you give me 3 aside. We're golden. 3 aside.
Yeah, right. I'm not even a single anymore. I'm a friggin' 11 right now. Canterbury.
He's still giving me, as an 18, he's still giving me 3 aside.
Guys, I'm still hitting. I'm still playing the blue tees with the 25-year-old. It's 65.
That's my man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. 65 years old, and Manziel calls you a C-bomb on X. Unbelievable. Elder abuse, as you said. Strong tipper, though. Very good. I'm going to yell at JJ coming up next. We have to change his mind on something regarding betting. Straight ahead, follow the money. So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Follow the money, baby. There it is. We give you the information. You decide what to do with it. All those guys in Cleveland are strong. LeBron's going to the Cavs, and it's going to be announced this week. So you want to do with the futures. You want to jump in on Kelce. He nailed it, though, too. This is ridiculous. Almost $200 million on Kelce. Cleveland now the favorite again after all the Miami stuff over the weekend. And 4 different teams have been favored to land LeBron. And what's happened also at DraftKings as well. And you can bet the when will he announce it market that's up there as well. But the other thing, and I got to wait till it happens first, because who knows what this guy, but you nailed it, JJ, about what Heartbreak Hotel if he does this to Cleveland again. But if he goes to the Cavs, and it's going to be the Cavs, in my opinion, this week, there are some strong moves that are going to be made to that roster in some trades. But I'll wait to get that once it's done. But suddenly, and we still got to love the Knicks to win the East. But if they're but if they're able to maneuver and pull off some of these moves and what that team could look like next February, March, then we're talking about some intrigue and a better team that lost to your Knicks and they got their asses handed to them and swept out of the building. Be a better team.
Well, and that's my problem with Cleveland now, Paulie. If they're going to just add LeBron James, and he still can ball out at 41 years old, I'm not denying that. But if their answer is, hey, a team that didn't belong on the same floor as the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals is just adding the king, and that's going to be the difference in getting them over the top, I couldn't disagree more. Because I think there's a lot of mentally weak players on that Cleveland team. I am not a James Harden guy. I think he's one of the biggest losers in professional sports.
Fair.
The best thing they could do is get his rear end off the team, despite the fact that Tony was telling you that LeBron wants to play with James Harden. If I were LeBron James, I wouldn't want to play with James Harden because his teams never win. That's number one. And then I don't love the double big dynamic that they have with Mobley and Allen. It hasn't worked. They haven't had postseason success. I would be looking to change that up. And listen, Mobley is immensely talented. I'm not denying that. He is a very, very skilled big. somebody needs to get in his head and say, you got to get mean and you got to get angry because he's way too passive and he's way too soft. I mean, if you watch these games, he doesn't like Paulie. The Knicks played the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals. You know, I'm a huge Knicks fan. Evan Mobley's not keeping me up at night. I'm sorry. He just doesn't play with an edge. Talented, but like mentally, he's just not at that level that you got to be in order to go and be a killer.
Well, number one, I think people forget the numbers he put up. It's certainly fair to say, well, if you get LeBron, it's like, oh, now we're going to the finals. It's not because the Knicks handled and got the broom out on him. But he averaged 25-5 and shot 50% from the field and was excellent in the playoff series win against Houston. But what if I tell you I'm getting LeBron, I'm trading Allen and getting a big piece, and I will move on from Harden and get another piece? Then what do you think of the roster?
I like it a lot more.
Okay. I think that's what's going to happen.
They could at least be in the conversation with the Knicks. But
yeah,
you brought up my Knicks. I know so many teams in the Eastern Conference have made moves. Philadelphia gets Jaylen Brown. The Cavs or the Heat are trying to get LeBron. Giannis going to Miami. At some point in time, I got to imagine that Kawhi is going to end up in Toronto. It's all well and good, Paulie. They're still coming for the king. They still got to go and take their shots at the king. I'm not predicting the Knicks are going back-to-back and winning an NBA championship, but there's nobody in the Eastern Conference where I'm like, oh, my goodness, the Knicks got to go through this team. I'm not there.
Yep. Thanks for the also with Rizzo pointing out maybe ownership involved as well while we're on day 22, but hopefully LeBron to the Cavs tomorrow when they finally put the baby to bed. Okay, so you are a karma guy. You also are a big New York sports fan. But I'm trying to change your mind on something. I know you're also you're stubborn on this. And you mentioned it yesterday. We can have a bigger, larger discussion on it right now. And FTM@vsin.com, or you can tweet at us. You need, if you have a strong opinion, because nobody knows these teams better than you. And that goes back to the team that you followed. If I lived out here when I was a diehard Minnesota Vikings fan, the damage I would have done, they couldn't win on the road. They couldn't win on grass. They lost every big game. It was any good team on the road, they would lose. They were awesome at home, and the defense would play much better at home with that crowd noise and the edge they had. The fact that you won't bet against your favorite team blows my mind when you know this team so well, and the good and the bad, that I don't understand why this is your either karma or you don't want to do this, where I can't talk you into saying if you feel it's the right bet and you know your team is not going to rise to the occasion, or an emotional hedge too. Like if the Knicks were playing a Game 7 of the finals and you knew Brunson was banged up, you wouldn't bet against them? I'm stunned by that. I don't understand your thought process here. If you could walk me through it, I'm going to try and change your mind.
Okay, I'm going to walk you through the thought process, and I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios where I think I can reconsider, just to show you that I'm a man of nuance, and I can show you evolution over the period of working with me over about a month. I think it is incredibly bad karma to bet against my teams because I find myself, you say it's a win-win with the emotional hedge.
Yeah.
I say it's a lose-lose because if my instincts from a wagering perspective end up betraying me, and then I'm going to go and lose money on betting on the Yankees or betting against the Yankees or betting against the Dolphins or whoever the team may be, it's going to make me sick to my stomach. Like it's just going to be that much worse than any of the run-of-the-mill bets that you can lose over the course of any given day, any given week, whatever. Paulie, I would rather just sit the game out. That's all. I'm not saying I have to go and religiously bet my teams. I don't. There are plenty of times I don't feel good about my particular team. But yesterday is a perfect example.
Yeah.
I was leaning Pittsburgh all day. You can ask our esteemed producer, Luke. When we were doing our in-pocket plays, I thought Pittsburgh was going to be there. I audibled out of it. It got way too public for my liking. And I said, you know what? I'm going to let this one slide. Because if the Pirates lose, and it's included in my card, I'm going to be like, man, why did I even subject myself to this? Can't do it. There are plenty of other games to bet. There's a lot more at my disposal. I don't need to bet against my teams. Now, futures markets, I had the Knicks at a very juicy ticket at 15-1.
Yeah.
Did I come back and get a little San Antonio when they were down 2-0 in a series? I did. I don't count that as betting against my team, though. That, to me, is playing a position.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that does. Yes. Baseball, I also understand because there's so many damn games. But NFL, even NBA, and once you get in the playoffs, again, you watch this, and this goes to the entire audience. And I know years ago we had this discussion, but it's just, no one knows these teams better than you because you watch every...
I like to think that. Sometimes, though, you don't always know what you know. That's a problem. You would think, Paulie, I know these teams better than anybody, and I'm proud of what I do. But at the same time, like, sometimes the market is wrong. Plenty of times, John Jastremski, Paulie Howard is wrong. It happens. And then it's a double whammy.
This kind of reminds me of early in the years of VSiN, when you had that guy who bet a future on the St. Louis Blues. And he's like, he wouldn't sell the ticket.
The glorious St. Louis Blues. I remember that, Ron.
Yeah, he wouldn't sell the ticket on Prop Swap. And I think the ticket paid like $400,000, $500,000. But he thought of it as like giving it back because it was his favorite team and all this. And still, he was offered this incredible amount of money after they weren't even supposed to make the playoffs. And they went all the way, and they won the whole damn thing. But here, 1 win away, Game 7, Stanley, and he wouldn't sell the ticket. And it was a little bit of, I'm betting against my own team, but I want to see this happen.
No, see, I don't look at it that way. I'm getting 400, 500K out the
You'd lock it in, right? Okay.
I'll take the money. Right. But I also equate this, and I know some of the gamblers listening to the show aren't going to like this, but that's fine. I hate, Paulie, when people on my craps table play the don't pass.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. You're a killjoy. You're no fun. Go do it on another table. Don't do it in my presence. And when I'm rolling, and I see people play the don't pass, there's a little extra pep in my step. There's a little extra giddy up when I hit the hard 6 and get the table going for the people that are betting on me. You could tell me mathematical, it's smarter, blah, blah, blah. Don't be a loser. Don't be a killjoy. Do that on a quiet table. Don't do that on my table.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. It was tough with Rizzo. Because the craps were a lot of fun. We thought we were going to, and everyone was throwing a 7. It happened like 5 times in 10 minutes. It's not
a good scene when that happens.
No.
Not good.
No way. Some people like to go
7
against
out,
the shooter.
One of the worst words in the English language.
Yeah.
7 out.
Yeah. Some people like to do that, though, and bet against the shooter and handicap it that way.
I had a buddy of mine on a craps table doing it against me, and I hit the point, and I said, you don't take sides against the family ever again. That's it.
That's good. Those are legendary stories from the crew and Cousin Sal and those guys when you're at the dice table. It's phenomenal. Up next, we'll get to the MLB card, and we're losing a lot of tough games here. The weather not cooperating, a lot of doubleheaders tomorrow, a lot of rainouts, but we'll run through the MLB card. Still a lot to like and a lot of plays and some good information we'll get to coming up and in pocket as well. And this incredible run, no games tonight, but again, 6 games tomorrow. This incredible overrun in the WNBA. I think it continues. Coming up on Follow Money, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
All right, bad beat with the baseball card. Red Sox postponed. Can't tie the franchise record, 15 in a row. Doubleheader tomorrow. Yankees rained out. Doubleheader tomorrow. And you called it, JJ. Phillies and Dodgers in a rain delay. And that's Wheeler going in $1.15 total of 9. Hopefully we get that one, but it doesn't look good either. That one's in a rain delay right now as well. So tough day with the card and what's going on with the weather.
Bunch of crazy weather games, and at least you don't have to deal with the teams playing like 3 or 4 innings and then putting the tarp on the field, and then the entire calculus of the bet goes completely out the window. You know, one we did not mention yet today, Paulie, and yesterday, I don't know how Freddie Peralta got home for me with the strikeouts because he was dreadful, and he continues to be dreadful for the Mets, and we'll see if some other team can fix him over the final 2 months. Well, the guy the Mets traded for Freddie Peralta, Brandon Sproat, is on the mound pitching against the Mets this evening. Mm-hmm. So I was taking a hard look at that. I said, do I want to get on the Milwaukee bandwagon here? Milwaukee, obviously the much better team. The Mets are a hot mess. You have Thornton on the mound for the Mets, Sproat on the mound for the Brewers. Here's the problem. Everybody and their mother is betting the Brewers in this game. I'm betting you like 88, 89% of the tickets coming in on Milwaukee. So it ended up being a stay away for me. But you have a revenge spot, if that suits your fancy. Sproat going up against his former team, the Mets.
Numbers have been good the last few starts as well. Seems like a great price. A point well taken, though, about how everyone's on them as well. Braves, $1.40 against the Padres. They're going to be sellers at the deadline. Another loss last night. And the Padres, Buehler's got an ERA of 20 in the month of July. So it's not only...
What has happened to that guy?
Yeah, no kidding.
Paulie, that guy used to be one of the best pitchers in all baseball. Well, I know what's happened to that guy. I answered my own question. The injuries have taken their toll. He's just a shell of the pitcher he used to be. It's so obvious. He's got no juice on the stuff anymore.
No, lost 14-20. Odds to make the playoffs, less than 10% at Fangraphs. And the Braves playing better ball as well. And I know Will Hill likes the over, but I think the Braves get home in that one coming up in about half an hour. How about our guy Messick? Cleveland up to $1.60. Messick and the Guardians at home against the Twins. Total of 8.
Like Cleveland in the game.
Yeah.
I think a team to watch and a team to fade over the next few weeks, the Minnesota Twins. You know, Minnesota did a nice job early in the year overachieving to a point where people questioned, are they going to not sell at the deadline? Are they going to hold on to a Ryan Jeffers? Well, we'll see if they end up holding on to a Joe Ryan, who they most certainly could get a whole lot in return for. I just don't think the Twins are very good. And I mentioned how you want to start buying a team like the Tigers, and we're going to do that tonight. They've been good to us over the last 2 weeks. I think Minnesota in the American League, San Diego in the National League, 2 teams you circle, and between now and that August 3rd trade deadline, I think you have a lot of losses. I think they fall out of it, and I think it becomes way more crystal clear about what each of those 2 teams' perspective is going to be once the deadline rolls around.
Yeah. This is tough with Miami. Bad timing. Lost 7 in a row, only 18 runs. This one you think, hey, they can compete. They can maybe make the playoffs. They can do this. Now right before the deadline, the losing streak. And their dogs against the Astros. I mentioned earlier, Amai has been awful in the first inning, ERA of 8, so you want to play the Yurfie. The first batter of the game has reached in 9 of his 13 starts. They're down to $1.17 here at Circa coming up. But this is poor timing with the Marlins because I know a lot of the fans and a lot of baseball people wanted them to go for it, at least try to make some moves.
Well, the Marlins, going into the All-Star break, it felt like they were right there with the Phillies. There was a topic of conversation. Can they go and challenge Atlanta maybe to go and win the NL East? Now I think you're seeing the Miami Marlins far more reflective of what they are as a team. They're right around a 500 team. They can't hit enough. That to me is their biggest problem. They're very spunky, Paulie. They run the bases. They're fundamentally sound. They try to squeeze every last ounce of talent out of that group. I don't think they have enough offensively to probably go and get to the postseason. But in this game tonight, with Houston basically laying 117, you want to take the Astros with Amai on the mound? I don't. He's been awful.
Yeah.
He's been awful all year. And the Astros have not exactly come out of the gate guns a-blazing here. They're another one of those teams. And this is going to be a major, major theme in baseball. Between now and the deadline, these next 3 weeks, I think front office perspectives are going to be shifted one way or another. Like a team like the Astros, if they had put together a really good stretch over the first 2 weeks of the second half, they may look at their team and say, hey, we're not trading Josh Hader. Hey, we're not trading Jeremy Pena. We're going to try and make a run at the AL West. Now they're 6 under 500. They continue to go in the tank the next 2 weeks. The Astros will become a very interesting team because they'll have people that a whole lot of contenders are going to want.
What do you think the White Sox and Tigers do? The White Sox have to go for it. This division is so winnable.
The White Sox absolutely have to go for it. Now, I don't think they need to make short-sighted moves because they have so much young talent and clearly they're ahead of schedule. But they can add on the margins. They should add on the margins. Hey, go make the playoffs after being the most unwatchable team in baseball. What was it, a year ago, 2 years ago, where they were record-setting as far as the losses are concerned? My gut on Detroit, Paulie, I don't think they're trading Skubal.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on this. They could go and have a bad 2 weeks and the calculus changes. I think Detroit is going for it. I think Detroit is going to try to make the playoffs. And in this wide open American League, they're, to me, the only American League Central team that's worth having a future on.
Okay.
I don't think Chicago's ready. I don't think they have the pitching. They can't get anybody out. Cleveland can't hit. I mean, how many times do you need to see it with Cleveland in these postseason series? They can't score runs. They're not going to the World Series. Detroit, you got a 1-2 punch of Skubal with Valdez, with Mize. AJ Hinch is the manager. They got a couple of all-stars in the lineup. You could get me on board if you want to say, hey, JJ, 25-1. Should I take a shot with the Tigers? I don't think it's a crazy play.
Yep, like them tonight. You're right with the fate of Peterson. Detroit, number 1 in ERA and home runs since June. 25-15 record. Green on fire. 11 bombs since June as well. Peterson, second worst ERA in baseball with that many innings. White Sox have won 6 of 7, averaging 7 runs a game. Rocker, who goes for Texas, ERA of 6 in his last 5. White Sox, 25 comeback wins, tied with the Yankees and the Rays. They've been a great story, and I think you got to fade Rocker going tonight, and Texas favored. And the other one, how about the Nationals? After 100 games, first time they're above 500 since 2019. First in runs, first in home runs. Wood and Abrams on fire. Get your prop bets ready tonight, taking on Lorenzen and the Rockies with a total of 13 tonight. Nats won again yesterday. It did stay under, but these guys continue to hit and win games, and they're ahead of schedule as well. And this is a great story with the Nats and the Reds. Burns hasn't lost since April 10th. The Reds are 14-4 when he starts. Surprised at this price. I can't back Castillo. And nice job last night by the Mariners, but they just cannot hit. And I think Burns will be strong tonight with a total of 7.5 in that game. That's one of the late games at 6:40 Pacific coming up in that one as well.
You want to hear some of the outrageous home run prices in this National Rocky game?
Yeah, go ahead. Hit me.
Hunter Goodman is plus 172 to homer. James Wood is plus 190 to homer. Garcia and Abrams are under 3-1. You have 4 guys in this game, Paulie, who are under 3-1 to hit home runs. Pitching optional at Coors Field between the Nationals and the Rockies later on this evening.
Oh, man, look at that total. That is crazy. But that's awesome with some of these great stories in baseball and what they're doing. And the other one, too, we have to rip them again. I think you got to come back with the Rays. Just Toronto cannot hit, and the issues at home and what's going on with Vlad at home. You called it yesterday with Martinez. They got to cease, but again, they only scored 1 run. They're last in runs per game. They've lost 15 of 22, and I wonder if they decide to punt on the season and what they do at the deadline, because I think it's time to give up. It's not happening this year, and Tampa's owned them. 6-1 against them this year. About $1.10 tonight, total of 7.5 in that game, coming up in about 20 minutes. What a major disappointment they've been. It's not happening.
It is the second biggest disappointment in baseball. The Mets, number 1 by a sizable margin. But for Toronto to be in the Game 7 of the World Series and be this team, Vlad Guerrero Jr., where have you gone?
No kidding. And WNBA overs, 4-0 last night, 6 games tomorrow. I think we'll see some more overs. What we're betting coming up on Follow the Money with In Pocket. Straight ahead next. The Sports Betting Network, Sirius XM Channel 158.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3-1 odds. Nope. 5-1. Nope. 10-1. You're out.
All right, good juju with JJ. Rocking chair winner with the Phillies and the over in the WNBA game with the Lynx and Storm. That was, 103, 102 in that game. So the overs continue in the WNBA. All 4 games went over. Get to the card coming up in a second. So you asked this. This is a good question, you said. To me, there's no way the Odyssey doesn't win Best Picture. And it opened 2-1. Then it's $1.30. But I mentioned I gave Matt Damon a 10. So you said, and it was one of the best performances I've seen from an actor. So you said, how about Damon for Best Actor? But Tom Cruise is the favorite in the markets, which I don't know. He's playing that weird character with Digger. But maybe you're onto something. In addition to Odyssey, Best Picture, Nolan is 63% Best Director. That's something else. I don't see him losing that either. So I think.
And Paulie, correct me if I'm wrong. Nolan has never won Best Director, has he?
I thought he got it for Oppenheimer, didn't he? I'll have to look. Help me out with that.
Oh, that's right. He directed Oppenheimer. If he did, then he probably got it. Correct.
Yeah. But his, he is just.
Check this now.
Yeah, take a look. He did. Yeah, got it for Oppenheimer. But he is just held in such high regard by his peers and the industry, because it's once every 3 years, he's coming out with a movie and a blockbuster. So that's another reason why I think he'll win that. Damon will win, Hathaway will win, and it's certainly going to win Best Picture. And that might go to $5-6 when not too long. Penn State over 8.5 wins, -160. We've been all over the schedule. Brad Powers recommends make the playoff plus 350. They don't see the big boys in the Big Ten. And Campbell brings all his Iowa State players. Okay, these games go tomorrow. I want to throw the Sparks on there too, but noon Pacific. There are 6 WNBA games tomorrow. It's the final day until the All-Star break. What's going to change? This is like when we had Atlanta and Indiana. Like they just played. It went to the moon. They bumped it up a couple points, but 177, 178, and they just played a 103, 102. Lynx Storm over. Sparks over. That's at noon. And in the late game with the Liberty, they just played Chicago. It was 96-95. And the Sky don't play a lick of defense. More on the card tomorrow with Doug Kazarian, WNBA expert. And the Giants under 7.5 wins. Cannot believe it. They're the most bet over team in the futures market with the win totals. Okay, you sign Harbaugh, fine. But you're the worst team in that division. Dart's going to get hurt. And it's a tough schedule. And every single year they get off to a slow start as well. So that's aggressive, and I think hard for them. Hard to see them getting to 8 wins. Giants under 7.5 as well. Good luck.
Before I begin, can I convince you in Dallas to win the NFC East?
Well, what's your case? I'm still strong on
the
Philly.
Offense is outstanding.
Yeah.
The defense can't be any worse than it was a year ago. Downs, full year of Quinnen Williams, Eagle, sort of, Jalen Hurts, Sirianni, no A.J. Brown. That team, I feel like you saw some unraveling in the second half of last year, despite all of the talent that's on the roster. And Dallas plays them tough. It seems like you like Philadelphia to win the division.
Well, that's the case, though, right? It's the regression of Jalen Hurts. But I think it's going to be...
Because you're out on the Giants, and I'm not... There's no way in the world I'm taking any Washington money.
Yeah.
No interest.
I think
Because I have no idea what you're getting out of Daniels.
I think Hurts will bounce back, but I see your case, but I'm stronger on Philly. Good job last night.
I wanted to bring this to your attention. Now, yesterday was a glorious day for me, and I mentioned karma, Paulie. You notice we did not bet against my beloved New York Yankees, and the gambling gods said, you know what? Because of that, we're going to reward John Jastremski with a big fat 4-0 day. Guardians rocking chair. Phillies took care of business. Freddie Peralta by the hairs on our chinny chin chin, despite getting rocked by the Brewers, got to 6 strikeouts. And the Detroit Tigers in extra innings took down the Chicago Cubs. Now, what are we looking at for today. You and I will be going heads up if there's baseball in the city of brotherly love. You like the Phillies with Wheeler. I will counter with the Los Angeles Dodgers and Robleski, who has thrown the ball very, very well and has been very underrated all season long. And a Dodger lineup that I think is going to make Zach Wheeler work. Line is moving in my favor with this one. I'm taking the Dodgers outright against the Phils. And then the other one, it's time to go back to the well here, Pauly Howard. The Tigers were good to me 24 hours ago. David Peterson stinks. Tigers should be able to get to him. Valdez, I think, will neutralize that Cub lineup. Give me the Tigers at an even money price, which scares me a little bit because, as I told you, that line does not seem right. I think Detroit should be like $1.20, $1.25, but I digress. Dodgers, Tigers. And because you're in the spirit of throwing in a future, I am going to throw in my future as well. The Cincinnati Bengals, 10-plus wins in the AFC this season. Joe Burrow, full season. And Joe Burrow, we trust.
Circa Survivor documentary back for another season. This one's bigger than ever. I watched the first episode. You got Helmuth, you got Maddox, the Meatball Brothers are back. 7 all-new episodes kick off every Wednesday starting tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Episode 1 takes you inside the growth of the contest and the $18.7 million on the line and the massive Grandissimo, raising the stakes even higher. All the personalities and the sharp minds who think they have what it takes to go the distance. Whether you play Circa Survivor or love the drama of the season-long grind, must-watch TV. Check it out every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern on VSiN. At DraftKings, Pauly Market, and Kalshi, LeBron James to go to the Cavs is the favorite now at all three. What a Mickey Mouse. This is incredible, this circus. 22 days.
I feel like I should get in on this. I know I swore it off yesterday and I said I'm not betting it. I feel like I got to get in on these prediction markets, either on Kalshi or on Pauly Market. I think it's time for me to side with our guy Tone and go take LeBron to the Cavaliers. Right. Put my money where my mouth is.
LeBron to the Cavs tomorrow. Hopefully the announcement. It's enough already.
See, I'm being greedy because I am not with you tomorrow, and I'm doing television in New York at 6 p.m. I'm kind of hoping it happens on Thursday so we can have some breaking news when I come back.
Looking forward to that Thursday as well.
I know that was very selfish of me, but that's okay.
We talked about this a lot on the show, especially when we see listeners and they come down to say hello. The $20 handshake, the $20 sandwich, you put the $20 bill in between the credit card and the driver's license when you check in and you want to ask for an upgrade or see if there's a better room or view available. It's like 90.
I've never done that before.
Yeah, the $20 sandwich. It's 95% in my lifetime. The only time it didn't work was at the D. But the other thing, our guy, what's the appropriate tip to get a table immediately at a restaurant when they're busy?
How long's the wait?
Well, okay, that's a fair question.
Because I think it plays into the price.
Okay, fair. Half hour.
Half hour. I think you got to throw at least $50.
Hour? 100?
Multiple people, yeah, I think $100.
So they said at this restaurant, we were out last week with Rizzo, he said the lady said half an hour. He gave her a $50 tip. It took her 15 minutes. I was pissed off. I thought that took too long.
Okay, so the $50, what at that point, it's like,
he said, honey, get me a table. I'm not waiting. Let's go. And it took 15 minutes, but we eventually got the table. But I thought for a $50 tip, you always got to have one up your sleeve. There's always going to one you got to hang back there, too.
Here would be my I would love to live in this alternate reality where he doesn't throw the $50 and how quickly you guys get seated. That's what I would have liked to have done. Yeah, that would have been a while. He also was the top player you can be at MGM, too, which he didn't play that card, but that's what he could have used, too. That's going to enhance his chances of getting better seating, just a little. Yeah. So that's interesting. You threw the time, though. Half hour, hour. Forget about it. That's it. That's you got to come heavy. Hour. I think you got to throw 100 if you want to literally just skip a line. Yeah. And the more bougie the place, you're not doing that at Peter Luger's with my guy Ronnie over there. Right. Yeah. Next time you're in New York, by the way, I got to take you. And I know there's one in Vegas. I'm sorry, it's not the same. Williamsburg, really, the original, the best. What's the point? I need to try the one in Vegas. I haven't had it yet. Okay.
Great job, my man. Excellent work. We'll
Yes,
talk
sir.
to you
See you
Thursday.
Thursday.
You got it. Femi's up next. Check it out. Great in play. We'll see if we get this Philly game underway as well. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy. Cash some tickets.